Hello everyone, this is Harshit and welcome back to Square One. In the previous video, I gave you two word problems. Now let us see the solutions. The first question said that Rahul goes to buy vegetables. He has to buy 2 kg tomato, 5 kg potato and 500 gram ginger. The cost of these vegetables were given as tomato costed rupees 30 per kg, cost of potato was rupees 20 per kg and cost of ginger was rupees 80 per kg. Now we have to find the total cost he has to pay to the shopkeeper. Now the cost of 1 kg tomato is rupees 30. Then cost of 2 kg tomato will be, we will multiply this 2 with 30 and the cost of 2 kg tomato will be rupees 60. Cost of 5 kg tomato will be 5 multiplied by 20, which is the cost of 1 kg potato, and we get the cost as rupees 100. And cost of ginger will be, now we have to find the cost of 500 gram ginger, and the cost of ginger is given as rupees 80 per kg. It is given in kg and here we have gram. So what do? We studied conversion in the previous video. Now let us convert this gram into kg. Now we know that 1000 gram is equal to 1 kg. And 1 gram is equal to 1 upon 1000 kg. We have sent this 1000 in division. Then 500 gram will be equal to 500 multiplied by 1 upon 1000, which will be 1 upon 2 kg. 500 gram is equal to half kg or 1 upon 2 kg. Then the cost of ginger will be, we have to multiply half kg with rupees 80 per kg. So it becomes rupees 40. Then the cost of ginger is rupees 40. Total money he pays then. We add up all these amounts, 60 plus 100 plus 40, and the answer will be rupees 200. So he pays rupees 200 to the shopkeeper. The second question was, each morning Rohan goes to school 675 meters from his home on his bicycle. In the evening, he goes to a library 300 meters away from his home. How much distance does he travel each day? Here I have made this chart. Since he is going to school, then he must be returning also. And he is going to library, then he must be returning from library. So that means he goes to school 675 meters, then he returns home 675 meters. Then in the evening he goes to library 300 meters and he returns back 300 meters. So the distance he traveled each day will be 675 multiplied by 2, since he goes to school and returns back, and we add 300 multiplied by 2 since he goes to library and returns back, which will be 675 into 2 is 1350 or 1350, and this will be 600. We add up and the answer is 50 meter. 1950 meter is the total distance traveled by Rohan. Now let us study estimation, which is also known as rounding off. Now there are a lot of places where we don't need to tell the exact number. Instead we have to tell the nearest number. Okay. Suppose you want to know the number of people that can sit in a cricket stadium, and you will get to know that about 41,000 people can sit in this stadium. Now you must know that 41,000 is not the exact number of people that can sit in that stadium. It may be 40,892 or it may be 41,253. Now the number of people that can sit in that stadium can be any number, but the nearest bigger number is 41,000. So you got to know that the number of seats available in that stadium, or the number of people that can sit in that stadium, is 41,000. You know that the population of India is 135 crore. Is it the exact population of India? People are taking birth every minute and they are dying every minute. So you know that this is not the exact population of India. Still, we say that the population of India is 135 crore. We are doing this because of estimation. This is the nearest big number, nearest number in crores. So we say that the population of India is 135 crore. This is not the exact number. So this is all done due to estimation. Suppose I take up three numbers 10, 12 and 20. If I ask you whether 12 is near to 10 or 20, you will say that 12 is nearer to 10. If in a similar way, if I ask you whether 17 is nearer to 10 or 20, you will say that 17 is closer to 20 because only three numbers after 17 will add up to 20. But here the difference is of 7. So 17 is nearer to 20. In a similar way, if I ask you whether 27 is closer to 0 or 100, you will obviously say that 27 is closer to 0. If I ask you whether 68 is closer to 0 or 100, you will say that 68 is closer to 100. There is only a gap of 32 between 68 and 100, but here the gap is of 68 numbers. If I ask you whether 410 is closer to 400 or 500, you will say that it is closer to 400, right? If I ask you whether 662 is closer to 700 or 600, you will say that it is closer to 700. Now here you are doing estimation, or you are simply rounding off these numbers to the closest bigger numbers. Okay. Now how do you round off numbers? To which number do you have to round off? You are not always given these numbers. You will simply be given 662 and you will be asked to round it off. The only rule of estimation is that you have to see the digits that you have to round off. The only choices available will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the only digits and that will be written. So what do you do? Now when you have to round off, you have to see the digit that you are going to round off. If it is 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4, if it is one of these digits, you round them off to 0. Okay. You take these digits to 0 because they are closer to 0. If the digits are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, what do? You add 1 to the digit on the left. Okay. Here we have done the round off. Let us see these examples. Suppose the example is 10, 12 and 20. Here we have to round off this 2. So what do? 2 is, by the rule it says that 2 is rounded off to 0. So it becomes 2 becomes 0 and the number we get after rounding off is 10. If it was 17, here the digit is 7. We add 1 to the digit on the left. So what do you do here? You convert the 7 into 0 and add 1 to the digit on the left. So it becomes 20. So 17 is rounded off to 20. Here we have added 1 to the digit on the left, which was already 1. Suppose we see this number and we have to round this. Here we are rounding off this digit. Okay. So now the rule says that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, these digits are rounded off to 0. So this 2 is rounded off to 0. The number becomes 0. Okay. Whole of this number becomes 0 because here we are rounding off this tens digit and not ones. In this number 6, the rule of 6 says that you add 1 to the digit on the left. Here we did not have any digit, or we can say that here we had 0. So we have added 1 to the digit on the left. So now it becomes 1 and the other digits become 0. All the other digits become 0. Okay. Once we round off the digits, all the digits including the digit that we round off becomes 0 and 1 is added to the digit on the left. If the digits are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, they all simply become 0 and the digit on the left remains the same, but the digit that is being rounded off, it becomes 0. In this example, you have seen that this 1 remains 1, but 2 is rounded off to 0. Now let us see how to do round off. The first question says round off these numbers to the nearest tens. Whenever you are given a place that you have to round off these the numbers to the nearest tens, if it is given tens, you have to look at the ones digit. If it is given round off to nearest hundreds, you have to look at the tens digit. That means whichever place that you are given here, you have to look at the digit that is next to it. Okay. The next digit after hundreds is tens. Next digit after tens is ones. Now let us see the questions. You have to round these numbers to the nearest tens. So you have to look at the ones digit. Here we have 8. Now 88 becomes 90. What I am doing here is whenever the numbers are 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, that means any number that is greater than 4, we add 1 to the digit on the left. That means 1 is added to the digit that is on the left and 8 becomes 9. The rest of the digits become 0. Here we have 6 at the ones place and we have to round this 56 to nearest tens. We add 1 to this 5 becomes 6 and the other digits become 0. Okay, round off this 75 to tens place. That means to the place of 7. 7 becomes 8 and 5 becomes 0. Okay, here 99. 9 becomes 0 and this 9, here we add 1 to this number and it becomes 10. So it becomes 100. 582, look at the digit at the ones place, it is 2. This 2 becomes 0. No change comes to 8. It remains 8 but 2 becomes 0 because there is nothing added to the digit on the left when the digits are 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4. 3 becomes 0 and the rest of the digits remain the same. So whenever the digits are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, you round off the digits but no change comes to any of the digits on the left. If the digits are 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, then 1 is added to the digit on the left and rest of the digits become 0. When we have to round off these numbers to nearest hundreds, then look at the place of tens. Okay, look at the tens digit, which is here we have 5 at tens place. So 5 becomes 0. And this 5 will also become 0, but 7, here 1 is added, so it becomes 8. So 75 is rounded off to 800. 8 is on the place of tens, so 8 becomes 0 and 4 also becomes 0, but 1 is added to the place of 3. 1 is sitting at the place of tens. 1 becomes 0, 2 becomes 0 and no change comes to the place of 3 because this number is less than 5. Okay, this is one of these numbers, so no change comes to the digit on the left. In 6829 we have to round this off to the nearest hundred, so always look at the digits on the tens place. Okay, we have to look at the digits at the tens place. Here we have 2, no change comes, 2 and 9 becomes 0, 68 remains still. Here also it is 3 becomes 0, 4 becomes 0 and 72 remains like that. Now in this 8 becomes 0, 2 becomes 0, but 1 is added to 3 and becomes 4. So 5382 is rounded off to 5400. Now in the next question I have to round off to the nearest thousand. So the digit that I will look up to will be hundreds. That means I have to look at the digits on the place of hundreds and I have to round these numbers to the nearest thousands. Here we have 2, so it will become 5000. 5264 will become 5000. 2, 6, 4, they all become 0 and 5 remains like that. In this question 582 becomes 0 and we add 1 to 7 and becomes 8000. In the next question, you have to round off to greatest place. Now you are not mentioned any place. You are asked to round off to greatest place. So you have to look at the next digit. Whichever is the second digit, you have to round off that digit. Here we have 4. So 5 remains like that and the other digits become 0. So we have 5 zeros here. In this, the next digit we have is 3. So 6 remains like that and the other digits become zeros. Whenever we are rounding off to greatest place, we have to look at the second digit or the next digit, just like in these questions. Okay. Now here I have given you a couple of questions to practice. Round off to nearest hundreds. The numbers are 524, 989, 1062 and 78. The next question says estimate to the nearest greatest place. Estimate and rounding off are same. Questions are 24, 2459, 638 and 562. Try them on your own. Solutions will be given in the next video. Now let us see some operations of estimation. The first question says that 6248 and 79325. You have to do the additions and estimate the solution to the nearest hundreds. Now what do you have to do is you have to round off these numbers or estimate these numbers to the nearest hundreds and then find the addition or the sum. Since we have to round off to the nearest hundreds, we will look at the tens digits in both of these numbers. Then this number will become 6200. Okay, so 48 becomes 0 and no change comes to the digit on the left. Now we add this number to the next. 2 and 5 becomes 0 and no change still comes to the digit on the left. So we add them up and the answer becomes 85,500. The next question says 248 minus 192. You have to estimate the solution to the nearest tens. In this question, we will look at the ones digit. We are asked to estimate to the nearest tens. 8 becomes 0 and 1 is added to 4. So it becomes 5 and the answer is 250 minus 190. 2 becomes 0. Digit on the left remains the same. Okay. The solution will then be 60. The next question says 426 multiplied by 554. Round off the solution to the nearest greatest place. Okay. You have to round this off to the greatest place. That means you have to round off this 426 to the hundreds place. Look at the tens digit. Again here we have the greatest placed hundreds. So look at the tens digit. We round off this number as 400. 2 becomes 0. 6 becomes 0. No change comes to the digit on the left. 554 becomes 600. Here we have 5 which is rounded off to 0 and 4 is also rounded off to 0, but 5 becomes 6. We multiply 400 into 600. It becomes 24. 00 and 00 again. So the answer is 2,40,000. Estimation makes it easier for us to do the calculations when we do not need the exact answer. Suppose we have to make a calculation fast and we have to know the nearest numbers and we do estimation. In a real life situation, you are never given which place do you have to estimate the solution to. Suppose you are given a question as 4832 minus 342. You have to estimate the solutions, but you are not given any place. So how do you know which place do you have to round off the digits to? Suppose you decide to round off this 4832 to the thousands place, which is the greatest place, and 342 to the hundreds place, which is the greatest place in this number. So what will be the answer? 4832 will be rounded off to 5000. The other digits become 0 and 1 is added to 4. Minus 342. Minus 300, sorry. Minus 300. These digits become 0 and no change comes to 300. 5000 minus 300 will be 4700. Okay. Now suppose I had decided to round off this number to the thousands place and this number also to the thousands place. Then the solution will be 5000 again, but here we have hundreds place at the greatest place and you decide to round this off to the thousands place. That means you have to look at the hundreds digit. And this 3 will become 0. All of this number will become 0 and 5000 minus 0 will still be 5000. Now the contradiction is that how can you subtract a number from 4832 and you get the answer is 5000? You are subtracting here, and how can the solution be greater than this number? This is where the contradiction comes. You have to understand it on your own. To which place do you want to round off these digits to? Okay. Now suppose you had decided to round off both of these numbers to the hundreds place. Then you have to look at the tens place in both these numbers, which will be 4800 minus, and the answer will be 4500. Now you can see that the answer in all the three cases is different. So this is what estimation does to the question. It changes the solution as per the place that you decide to estimate on. Okay. You have to understand that in real life situations, you have to do estimation according to your need. In the next question, find the difference by estimating the numbers to nearest tens, and in the second part to nearest hundreds. The numbers are the same in both the questions. Let us do the solutions. Nearest tens, that means we have to look at the ones digits. 4352 becomes 4350 and 365 becomes 370s. 1 is added to 6, 5 becomes 0. The solution will be 3980. Let us do this. Nearest hundreds, we have to look at the near tens digit. 4352 becomes 4400 and 365 becomes 400. The solution will be 4000. You can see that questions were the same, but the solution is still different. That means the smaller digit you estimate to, the nearer the answer you will get to the exact solution, exact answer. Let us see one last question. Find the estimated quotient 7932 divided by 132 by rounding of the numbers to the greatest place. 7932. If I round off this number to the greatest place, that means I have to look at the second digit. This becomes 8000. 7 becomes 8. The other digits become 0. 132. I have to look at the 7 digit again. 32 becomes 0. 1 becomes 1 still. Then I do the calculation. 8000 divided by 100 is 80. So the estimated quotient is, therefore, estimated quotient is 80. Here I have given you a few questions for practice. Perform the operations after estimation. 628 plus 950, round off to nearest hundreds. 1934 minus 1200. In this you have to round off to nearest hundreds again. Then next we have 1852 divided by 92 and 483 multiplied by 56. But you are not given any conditions. So what do? You round it off to whichever place you find best to, or simply round off to the nearest greatest place of each number. Okay. The solutions will be provided in the next video, and there are 2 more topics left in this chapter. Subscribe to the channel so you can stay updated with the upcoming videos and share it to your friends. For now, thank you and bye-bye.